Hello, welcome back. This will be the first pregame show of the year. I'm Andrew Walker. This is Henry Knowles. I'm joined by junior guard Brandon Davis, as well as Asher Hurt and Dr. Fitz. Welcome, guys. First thing we're going to talk about is a recap of earlier games this week. Girls lost to Friendship Christian for their first loss of the year. Boys evened it up 2-2 on the year. Then we're going to talk about that one.
So we had to figure out some key points. Under 23, we had to stop the shooter because we knew he liked to shoot a lot of shots. So that's what we did going into the game. We got up big in the first quarter, and we kind of just kept it steady the whole game. We had 14 minutes, 8 rebounds, something like that. But we just made an emphasis, or we emphasized like holding our success in the entire game instead of letting them come back.
What did you think was different? Of course, in the Hume Fog game, we also got out to a big lead in the first quarter. What were the lessons that either Coach Jones gave to you guys learned as a team to carry that through the remaining quarters?
I think we kind of prepared, knowing that they would adjust and that they would do the same thing in the first half that they did in the second. We kind of knew that they were going to change up some things, so we also changed like what we did defensively. I think we started going back into green, which is our 2-3 a couple times, and then we mixed it with the press, and then they started to press, so we kind of ran a couple different press breaks, and that kind of threw them off. They really didn't know what to do, so that's how we got up to win the game.
And I see here that Clay had 31 points. What do you think he did differently that night than what he did the rest of the season?
He's
From that extra point?
being very dominant, getting to the rim a lot. He also had a lot of rebounds with like second chance opportunities. I think that was like one of the biggest things. He out-rebounded everybody on the court. Every time we got a shot, he would, if we missed, he would get the rebound, put it back up. So yeah, he had an excellent night.
I just want to highlight that with an impressive win, like we still aren't shooting, I'd say, to the best of our abilities. Guys like Nick Spiegel, 3-point specialist, I know he had a slow start to the season. Same with guys like Cam Hinsey. But we're on an upwards trend, and where do you see that going? Like, do you think the shooting percentages? Like, do you think we're gonna take more threes, less threes? What are we gonna do with that?
I think that we'll end up taking more threes, but I think the slow start just comes with like our rhythm. Like we're getting back into basketball, knowing what 3-point shots to take, what 3-point shots not to take. And I feel like as we go through the season, especially when we get towards district, it'll just fall for us. That's what I think is probably gonna happen.
In that game, the girls took their first loss of the season, and yesterday, me and Henry caught up with Coach Olson for 94 feet.
For being here with us, we're gonna be doing 94 feet with Coach Olson.
Let's go.
All right, let's go ahead and start.
All right,
Best start since the 2009-2010 season. Why do you think that is?
I think we scheduled great competition and winnable games for us at the beginning. We got the 13 and the 14 teams that made runs at state. 09 and 10 was a great team as well. I think we've gotten a lot better, but also this was a good run of teams for us to start 3-0 and then 3-1 against.
With such a strong start, who do you think has been the most impactful player so far?
Margaret McKay's playing like a senior leader. She's doing all the little things. She's moving the ball from the high post. She's rebounding. She's physical. She's doing what we're asking her to do on defense. Margaret McKay's making a huge impact on the team.
Coming off of a loss, how do you prepare for the next game coming up tomorrow?
We rep the things that we need to rep, which is defensive toughness, offensive execution, staying disciplined. Against Friendship, we spent 75% of the game on defense. That's going to wear us out if we do that again. So we got to control the ball and be comfortable being on offense for longer.
That's 94 feet with Coach Olson. Thank you, Coach.
All right.
That was the interview with Coach Olson. Henry, you want to go ahead and talk about?
Yeah, so like you heard him say in the interview, Margaret McKay, he says he's been the most impactful player this season, averaging 7.3 rebounds per game, 2.7 steals per game, and she also leads the team in field goal percentage.
Yeah, and what Margaret McKay is doing is more than just what you see on the stat sheet. When I watch the games, I often see her as sort of the focal point by which we break down a zone defense. She flashes up to the high post, she's catching there, and then she's looking to distribute to people like Tessa Chomsky in the corner where she's deadly shooting the threes, or back to Uma, the ball handler, or to some of the younger players who have also had a big impact. Johnson's had a big impact. Elizabeth Crane is a tremendous hustler on the floor at all times. So everybody seems to know their role, and everybody seems to be executing within their role. But like I said, a lot of times, especially when we're against that zone defense, that's all starting through Margaret McKay.
Yeah.
Big props.
And you heard Dr. Fitz mention Johnsy Dawkins' name in the girls' win over Hume Fogg by a score of 39-28. She was the player of the game with 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 steals.
And recap on some of the guys' games. First game, Hume Fogg. Yeah, that was a devastating loss, but we're gonna be back at Hume Fogg away. And when was that? When will that be, bro? January, and no doubt we'll win that game. And then obviously another hard loss to NBA, a really strong NBA team. You know, they have guys going to TCU. So yeah, slow start, but we were developing as the game went on, and we were progressing. So we're getting better.
And you heard Dr. Fitz mention Tessa Chomsky. She actually currently leads the district in charges per game, and taking charges per game, not violating. Yes,
yeah.
Correct. Looking forward, there's a girls' game tonight that will be at USN, and then next Tuesday, December 10th, all teams will play versus Columbia. It's the first district game of the season. Let's go ahead and do score predictions for tonight. Henry?
Yeah, so for the girls tonight, based on what we heard from Coach Olson and the strong start the team had, I'm predicting the girls win by a score of 40-32.
Braylon?
I got the girls. I think they're very strong. Only one loss this season. I got them winning 41-38. It's gonna be a close game, but they come out on top.
Asher?
Tiger up. I got the girls winning by a couple points. I think it's going to be a close one, but we're going to get it done in the end. We got that heart. We got that dog in us. 40-35.
Davidson Academy is a tough opponent. Tigers are a little bit tougher. So I got USN 75, Davidson Academy 6.
Ooh,
Big
I
score.
like it.
We like that.
I got Tigers comeback win, 46-37. Now let's go to Columbia Academy. We have girls game and boys game. Henry, let's hear about the girls game.
I'm predicting a sweep that the Tiger did. The Tigers are going to go 2-0 versus Columbia. Back-to-back blowouts.
Got kind of the same prediction. We know who their go-to guy is. We prepared them. We played in the district games last year. They lost a couple guys, college guys, going into this year. So I got us winning in double digits, probably 65 to around 47.
Yeah, I would say Columbia, no disrespect, is a weak opponent. So I think the girls and guys get it done confidently. Big win.
Columbia on the girls' side, at least last year, was a little tougher than Davidson Academy, as I remember. So I don't see any way anybody holds us under 75 on the girls' side. So I'm saying that again, girls 75, Columbia Academy 10.
Ooh, give it up. Okay,
Yeah, they're a little stronger. Then the boys' game, I'm saying, the boys, of course, against Hume Fogg, 30 in the first quarter. Basic arithmetic dictates on pace for 120. I'm saying we break the 100 mark for the first time against Columbia Academy. We're going to go 105, Columbia Academy 8.
Okay.
That's a good score.
I have the girls starting a new win streak on Tuesday. I'll say their win is 51-45. And then the boys, Braylon, we were talking about this before the show. They had a guy transfer out. What's his name again?
Gabe Davenport transferred out.
How many points is he averaging?
Now he's averaging about 25, almost 30 points in that kind of range. And they also had a guy named Cooper go to college this year. And those are their two main guys besides who's still here.
So Columbia loses their best players. I got USN 78, Columbia 52. All right, thank you, and we will see you tonight for tip-off.